Hello, my name is Gabby and welcome back to my channel, or if you're new here, then welcome to my channel, and today's video is going to be another reading vlog because I've been very bored recently. So it's currently Monday, I'm going to be vlogging for the rest of the week, and the goal is to actually read as many books for my July TBR as I possibly can in that time frame. There will also be spoiler-free reviews for all of those books, however many that may end up being whenever I get them done. Also, I'm going to be splitting this vlog up into two parts. Part 1 is going to go up on Saturday, and then part 2 will go up on Monday, and then this way I can move to a Monday, Wednesday, Friday uploading schedule. Another reason I'm doing this is for time and editing purposes. I usually have a lot more footage with vlogs and it takes me longer to edit, so this is just going to keep me more sane. As for reading wise, because that is the whole purpose here, I'm going to be starting with Serious Moonlight by Jenn Bennett. I actually said in my July TBR that I could see every possible outcome happening. Like, I could see myself liking it, I could see myself just being indifferent about it, I could see myself absolutely loving it, I could see myself not liking it at all. But I guess we'll find out. Other than this, I do have... Did I just kick my camera? Okay. Other than this, I do have to write some more videos for upcoming future uploads. And at some point today, I do want to reorganize my contemporary shelves. You can't really see them right now, but I'm out of room and I'm reading a bunch of contemporaries this month, so I need to make that room. Okay, so we're just going to get started here, and I will see you later. Okay, I'm back and I have a little bit of a reading update. I'm on page 80 of Serious Moonlight. I actually don't really have too many thoughts on it right now. It's very middle of the road. It's probably like around a 3-star right now. There's nobody in here that I'm like super obsessed with yet. There's not really anybody that's annoying me yet either, although I do see the potential for it to go either way with a lot of these characters still. When it comes to the plot itself, I'm not personally the biggest fan of mysteries, but it's not too bad. The romance has been kind of cute so far. I'm not feeling anything for them really, but they're fine. Everything's just very middle of the road 3-star range right now. But there's a lot of pages left, plenty of time for it to go up or even down. That's probably going to be my last reading update for today. It's actually about the storm in my area, and I want to get this last part finished before that starts. So I'm going to start on my contemporary shelves and probably read that again, maybe a little more tonight. I might start something else, I'm still kind of deciding. But for now, I really want to get my shelves worked out. You can kind of see where the hate you give is up there. That's not an actual spot, and I need to make room. So this has probably seen its last video. So I'm suspecting that the next thing you're going to see is going to be in like montage format until I have another reading update tomorrow. So I will see you tomorrow. Okay, I'm back. It is now day 3 of this vlog. As you probably saw in the montage, I spent most of my day 2 just like filming videos. So not much was accomplished vlog-wise that day, but today's a good day for this. So the first thing that I want to talk about is that video that just went up this past Wednesday. As I'm filming this, it's only been up for like a few hours now, but it was a video where I talked about all the July new releases that I pre-ordered back in June. In that video, I talked about 7 books, and I also said towards the end that like future me was going to have to like scroll back down that list of July releases to like see if I missed anything. Because it was just like a weirdly good month for me new releases wise, so like as I was looking at all the books that were coming out, I had to like keep getting pickier because I was adding so many books and I just had to draw the line somewhere. I've since added 3 more books to that list. Well, technically 2. One was just a mistake that didn't end up in the previous video, but I'll talk about that when I get there. And then after this, I do have a reading update. So the first book that I do want to talk about is a book that I pre-ordered back in June, but I just completely forgot about it when I went to write and film that video. That book is The Crow Rider by Kaylin Josephson, and that is the sequel to The Storm Crow. So the Storm Crow follows a tropical kingdom that specializes in elemental crows. However, one day it is destroyed by a neighboring kingdom. This throws our main character and Princess Thea into a very deep depression that only gets worse when her sister is forced to marry her off to the prince that destroyed their lives. However, they do find a long-lost crow egg, which brings them the hope that with a plan they can secretly hatch this egg and take back their kingdom. So the Stormcrow was a book that I really enjoyed. I gave it 4 stars. I just thought it was like really solid, so I am interested in seeing where the series is going to go. I'm hoping book 2 like expands upon the world that was kind of touched upon in book 1, and I'm also hoping to see more of the magical elements because that was one of my favorite parts to read about. So I'm looking for that, but I'm also just looking for this book to just overall provide another solid read. I'm not looking for anything too crazy. I'm not really even looking for like a 5-star. I'm just looking for like a 4 or a 4.5. So the next book I want to talk about is Ghostwood Song by Erica Waters. This book follows our main character who inherited her father's ability to like summon ghosts by playing a fiddle. Doing this tends to bring about like darkness and trouble. However, when her brother is accused of murder, she is forced to use her abilities to try to clear his name up. This book seems kind of like spooky and gothic, which I do love, and I'm also looking for like more kinds of these books for like a potential October/Halloween reading session. So the last book that I want to talk about is Girl, Serpent, Thorn by Melissa Bashardoust. This book follows our main character. She is also a princess, and she has been forced to hide in the shadows her whole life because she is poisonous to the touch. However, when her twin brother's wedding is coming up, she looks to the demon that lives below their dungeon for like answers to this. These choices eventually lead to consequences that make her start questioning whether she is actually human or demon. So this synopsis just came across as like interesting and kind of fairy tale-like, maybe even a little dark, so I am really looking forward to that, and hopefully it gives out like some cool things. Okay, so now I do have a reading update. I'm going to start with Serious Moonlight. I am on page 237. It's still sitting at like that middle of the road 3 stars for me. However, I am starting to really like the romance. I do think they're kind of cute, although at some points they do kind of like make me cringe a little. I think like towards the beginning of this, I forgot what it was like to read like a YA contemporary romance, so I had to like resituate myself to like that whole genre. The plot itself, like I said, I like the romance parts of it most of the time, but like the mystery part of it, I just can't get into. I still have about 200 pages left of this, so it does have an opportunity to like go from like a 3 to a 4 star. I can't really see it getting a 5 at this point, but I could see it getting a 4. So yeah, there's still time. I do plan on finishing this book today. Depending on how it goes, I may try to film my review tonight, but most probably it's going to end up being in the morning. So the second part of this reading update is that I actually did start Jackpot by Nick Stone. I'm 104 pages into it. So far it's been a pretty quick read, and I'm getting really into it. I like all the characters. It did take me like a minute with Zan because at first he was just like a lot, but I am starting to like him. I'm really loving our main character, Rico. Like, I'm really just like gelling with her. I'm having fun reading it, and I do kind of wish I read this around December because it is set at Christmas. I didn't know that originally, but it's too late now. And Christmas in July is a thing, right? That works. My goal is to have this book finished by tomorrow, film my review, and then like cut this vlog in half and move on to part 2. So for the rest of today, I'm going to be working on Serious Moonlight. I may read Jackpot as well, depending on how things go again. Yeah, today's mostly going to be a reading day. I do want to take a new profile picture for YouTube at some point. It's not like I don't like the one I'm using now. Like, I think it's fine, but it was never supposed to be my YouTube profile picture. Like, it was actually a rejected Instagram one, but when I was putting up my first video, I realized I didn't have one yet, and it was really all I had left. And I always intended to change it later, but then I just forgot to. But I don't want to take that picture until my hair is re-highlighted, which my mom did agree to re-highlight my hair for this vlog, so that should be coming probably in part 2. Yeah, I'm gonna go start reading now. I'm gonna take you guys with me. I think we're gonna go back outside today. My mom said it was like really nice out, and I haven't seen the sun in like a really long time. Like, I've just been like in this room. So I will see you out there, and we'll just see where the rest of the week takes us. Alright, I'm back. Hi. So as you can see behind me, I have Serious Moonlight and Jackpot. So it is now spoiler-free review time, and then I'm going to outro, then I'm going to take a thumbnail, and then I'm going to edit for the rest of the night. So the book I ended up finishing first is Serious Moonlight by Jenn Bennett. I really should start saying what these books are about, like when I first hold them up in the beginning of the vlogs, but maybe next time I'll learn. So this book follows our main character Birdie, and she has been raised in what is pretty much isolation by her grandparents. During this time, she falls in love with mystery books, and she starts to like fantasize that she is a detective and all the strangers that she meets are the suspects. Her world begins to expand one summer when she starts working at like this historic Seattle hotel. She wants to stop being a dreamer and like start having like a little more freedom, a little more control over her life, and this guy she meets named Daniel helps her out with that. Daniel also stumbles upon a real life mystery, and these two like work together to solve it. Okay, so let's start with the characters. Our main character Birdie, she's like a mystery lover, which can't relate. But I'll talk more about like that aspect of things later. For right now, there were times when Birdie's personality would like come off as cute and funny to me, and then there were other times where I just couldn't get on board with her throughout this. But I also did think she got some like really nice character development as the story went on. Same thing kind of happened with Daniel. I liked him sometimes, and then sometimes he kind of lost me. As for the setting of this book, it was set in Seattle, and I thought it was really cool how we got to see like not only the city, but also like coast and island life. Alright, it's time to talk about the plot, which means I have to talk about the mystery. So I am not the biggest fan of mysteries like at all. Like there have been some exceptions where I've been like reading a book and I'll be really enjoying it, and the back of my head will go, hey, you know that's a mystery, right? And I'll be like, huh, that's weird, and then I'll just move on. So there have been like some rare exceptions to it. The one I think of most is Turtles All the Way Down by John Green, and also the next book we're going to talk about too. Contemporary wise, I think that's it for mysteries that I ended up liking. I actually don't read too many of them. Fantasy wise, there might have been like some mystery plots woven into the story that maybe I just didn't notice or didn't stand out. And whether there have been some exceptions or not, it's just not my favorite genre, and it never really has been. So there's like two big plot points I could identify in this book. One is the mystery, and then the other is the romance. And I was just all over the place with the romance. At first I was like, okay, they're fine, I could deal with this. And then it went from that to, oh, they're actually pretty cute. And by the end of it, I was just kind of like, I don't know if I'm still into this. And by the time I just like finished the book, I was just like back to, meh, they're fine. What I will say is I actually did end up mostly reading for the romance in here, and there were a lot of moments that like hit me right in the feels, and then there were just other moments that didn't really work out for me. So the last thing I wanted to touch on in this book is the family dynamics. Everyone in here had like some pretty complicated and pretty interesting family stuff going on, and this was probably the second thing I was most interested in reading in as time went on. So I've said pretty much this whole vlog that this book was like sitting pretty middle of the road for me, and that's where it ended up. So it's going to be a 3-star here. I'm definitely not mad at it, especially since going in I like had no idea where I was going to land with this. So my next book from this author is probably going to be Alex Approximately, and I'm really looking forward to it whenever I get around to it. I'm hoping to like it more than this one, but like I said, I'm not mad at this at all. So the next book I'm going to be talking about is Jackpot by Nick Stone. So this book follows our main character Rico. She works as a cashier at the Gas and Go, and she ends up selling the winning lottery ticket. However, the person who won the money has not yet claimed the prize, so Rico works with like this super rich classmate of hers named Zan. So Zan and Rico like work together to try to find the ticket holder, and Rico also sees this as like an opportunity to like turn her luck and her life around. So we do have another mystery on our hands here, but I will get to that later. First, I'm just going to talk about the characters. Rico, loved her, gelled with her right from page 1. As for Zan, he was definitely like a lot at first, but I definitely warmed up to him as like I kept reading. I did really enjoy Rico and Zan's dynamic with one another. I thought they played off of each other really well, and I thought this made for like a really fun and entertaining read. Family dynamics, I do specifically want to talk about Rico's little brother Jax. He was just so adorable, and the bond he shares with Rico was just so sweet, and I loved it. Let's talk about the plot now. I know what I just said about mysteries during Serious Moonlight, but like I said, this was one of the rare exceptions to that. There was a point like to the end where I was just getting like a little tired of it, and I was like, alright, let's just get to like the reveal already. Other than that, I was just like flying through this, like I was having fun, I was smiling a lot. And then there were also like conversations about money, poverty, race, dreams, how we treat one another, just etc. I'm rambling on at this point. But what I'm trying to say is that there were some really good conversational points woven in throughout this book as well. I already kind of like touched on the family dynamics in here, but also like the friendships and the romantic relationships I thought were super cute too. The darker and like sadder parts of the story were like hitting me right in the feels because I was just like so invested into the story and into the characters. I just got like really sucked into this world, like I flew through it, like I didn't really want to put it down. That being said, the ending wasn't what I predicted, but I thought that was cool. My biggest complaint about this book does come with the ending though. Like I just thought it was like a little too quick. And I would have really liked to see like things expanded upon more. Like it just felt like maybe a little rushed to me. By the time it ended, I was just kind of like, oh, well, alright. Other than that, it was like a really super solid 4-star here. Maybe a 4.5? Yes, Shadow? Shadow, 4 or 4.5? 4? 4.5. He's ignoring me. I don't know, it was one of those 2 ratings. I'll probably like decide more on it as like I sit with it. Also, I really like Nick Stone's writing. I think she took like a really interesting approach by like writing some point of views from like inanimate objects in here for a couple of chapters. I also own Dear Martin by this author, and this book has definitely got me really excited to read that. Not only Dear Martin, but also like whatever she releases in the future and whatever else I could find from her as well. Okay, so this is actually where I'm going to be cutting this vlog in half. Part 2 will be going up on Monday. It's going to be my first ever Monday upload. In that vlog, since I'm running short on time here, I will be reading really short books, and the shortest book on my TBR is Girl Made of Stars by Ashley Herring Blake. Other than this, I'm probably going to like squeeze in maybe some graphic novels, comics, I don't really know. Other things that are going to be in that vlog, I did some baking yesterday, so I have some clips from that that'll be in like a montage situation or something. Also, I already mentioned this, but my hair will be getting re-highlighted blonde. And then I'll be getting dressed up, and then I'm going to take a new profile picture for YouTube, finally. But anyway, that is all I have for now. Thank you all so much for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell, and answer the question that'll be around here if you want to do that. And hopefully I will see you here next time. Bye.